A heart sealed shut. I was raised by my dad. My mom abandoned us when I was just a kid. I can't recall her appearance. And why Dad never mentioned her. Whenever I inquired, he replied, "She's gone." That's it. I quit asking. We resided in a tiny home by the stream. It was peaceful, and we rarely had guests. And why Dad labored tirelessly. He repaired vehicles in a little garage. He returned home late and exhausted. He consumed his meal quietly and retired early. I spent most days by myself. I read novels and strolled along the stream. I observed the water flow gently and steadily. I enjoyed the silence. I rarely spoke to folks. I didn't trust anyone. In class, I stood out. Other guys hung out together. They chuckled and exchanged tales. I remained in the corner by myself. I completed my tasks and departed when the bell sounded. A few guys attempted to befriend me, but I rejected them. I didn't believe in bonds. I didn't believe in affection. And why Dad stated, "Folks depart. Don't count on them remaining." I accepted his statement. He was correct. Females acted similarly. They grinned and chatted with me, but I ignored them. They posed queries, but I departed. I noticed how they giggled with others. I saw how they switched companions. One day they favored one person, the next, they preferred another. I figured they weren't genuine. I figured their statements held no value. I refused to squander my time. I concentrated on studies. I concentrated on chores. I didn't require others. I was okay solo. Years went by. I completed class. I assisted my dad in his garage. Each day repeated. I rose early. I toiled all day. I shared dinner with my dad. We exchanged minimal words. Then I retired. The following day, I repeated it. Existence was straightforward. Existence was serene. I didn't feel sorrow, but I didn't feel joy. I assumed this was existence. I assumed I required nothing else. Then one day, it all shifted. It was an ordinary day. I rose early, had breakfast, and headed to the garage. My dad was already present, tinkering with a vehicle. He spoke little. He always did. I grabbed my instruments and began my tasks. The atmosphere carried sense of grease and steel. The noise of motors and mallets echoed in the garage. This was my existence. This was my routine. Then she entered. A young woman. She glanced around, then approached. She had an issue with her vehicle. I avoided her gaze. I didn't care. I cleaned my hands and inquired, "What's the trouble?" She described it, but I hardly paid attention. I simply aimed to repair the vehicle and resume tasks. She expressed gratitude, but I didn't reply. I assumed she'd depart, but she lingered. She remained there, scanning the area. "Do you enjoy laboring here?" she inquired. I stayed mute. I disliked chit-chat. She grinned and remarked, "You're awfully silent." I remained wordless. She chuckled softly. It was gentle, not boisterous like others. It didn't annoy me. I completed the repair and handed her the keys. She thanked me once more and exited. I figured that concluded it. But the following day, she returned. This time, no vehicle issue. She simply lingered at the entrance, eyeing the garage. I disregarded her. She approached and stated, "May I observe?" I scowled. "Observe what?" I inquired. "Your labor," she replied. I declined. She didn't depart. She merely grinned and said, "All right. I'll wait outdoors." I couldn't comprehend her. Why was she present? What did she seek? Over the next several days, she returned repeatedly. Occasionally she posed queries. Occasionally she merely perched outside, observing. And why Dad observed, "She's unique," he noted. I didn't respond. I didn't wish to discuss her. I didn't wish to ponder her. But I did point. One dusk, I spotted her by the stream. She perched on a stone, gazing at the water. I passed by, but she turned and grinned. "Do you enjoy the stream?" she inquired. I halted. Nobody had ever inquired that. I nodded gradually. She didn't speak further. She merely sat there, hushed. It felt odd. I convinced myself she resembled the rest. She'd depart, but she didn't. And that frightened me. Days elapsed, and she continued arriving. Each morning, she entered the garage. Sometimes with a query. Sometimes merely observing. And why Dad adjusted to her. He even grinned upon her arrival. But I couldn't grasp her. She was unique. She didn't behave like others. She didn't chatter excessively. She didn't probe too deeply. She merely remained. And I couldn't fathom why. One midday, she brought Java. She set it on the counter beside me. For you, she stated. I eyed it but didn't accept. I don't consume Java, I said. She merely grinned. Then I'll fetch brew next time. I scowled. Why? She lifted her shoulders. Because you toiled diligently. I didn't reply. I seized my instruments and resumed tasks. But I saw my dad take the Java and grin at her. He approved of her. I couldn't fathom why. She began arriving at dusk too. Sometimes she perched by the stream. Sometimes she wandered near the garage. She didn't inquire of me. She didn't anticipate anything. She was simply present. I assumed she'd tire. I assumed she'd cease arriving. But she didn't. One dusk, I discovered her on an aged seat by the stream. The sun was descending. The water gleamed golden. I was weary, but I approached her. Why do you arrive daily? I inquired. She eyed me and grinned. Because I choose to. Her response baffled me. You don't even know me, I stated. She angled her head. Perhaps I do. I declined. No, you don't. She paused briefly. Then she remarked. Perhaps you assume folks always depart, but I remain. Her statement weighed on my chest. I couldn't explain why. I didn't reply. I merely sat beside her. The sky grew dim, and we lingered there quietly. The next day, she brought brew. She placed it beside me as before. I stared at it for ages. Then, for the first instance, I grasped it. It felt warm in my grip. I took a tiny gulp. She grinned, but she didn't speak. She didn't need to. Something shifted. I couldn't identify it. But for the first time, I didn't feel isolated. She integrated into my routine. I didn't anticipate it, but I observed her absence. Each morning, she entered the garage. Each dusk, she perched by the stream. She conversed occasionally, but not excessively. She never posed queries I disliked. She never urged me to talk. She was simply there, and I permitted it. One day, she arrived later than typical. I was repairing a vehicle, but I glanced at the entrance. She wasn't present. I assured myself it didn't signify. I toiled harder, attempting to dismiss the sensation in my chest. But hours ticked by, and she didn't arrive. I assured myself she was occupied. Perhaps she discovered a superior activity. Perhaps she finally wearied of arriving. Perhaps she finally departed. But then, that dusk, she materialized. She entered the garage more slowly than usual. Apologies, she stated. I had an errand. I didn't inquire what. I merely nodded and continued tasks. But my grip trembled slightly. I couldn't explain why. She observed me briefly. Then she set something on the counter, a tiny container. For you, she stated. I scowled. Why? She grinned. Examine it later. Then she departed. That night, I perched on my mattress and eyed the container. It was compact and plain. I paused before unveiling it. Within lay a keyring. A petite silver key dangling from a dark cord. It was plain, like me. Like my existence. I couldn't grasp why she gifted it. But I clutched it for ages. Then I tucked it into my pocket. The next day, she returned. She behaved typically, as if nothing occurred. I desired to inquire about the keyring, but I couldn't phrase it. Instead, I merely toiled. She observed as usual. But something differed now. I sensed it. One dusk, she inquired. Do you ever consider departing this town? I eyed her, puzzled. Why? She lifted her shoulders. Just curious. Do you ever desire to explore other spots? I declined. This is my home.